This is D with Divine L. I wanted to talk about the future and the vision of Arcadia. The thing is, with revelations, sometimes they sting a little bit. For the one that created all of you, doesn't matter whether you're RH negative or RH positive. She created both. Mothers always want to see their children succeed. That's their best hope. They want to see them flourish and live their best lives. That's not what has been happening on this planet. It's about untold amounts of war and ugliness. The last thing any mother wants to see. People dying and not even understanding why they are. Not fully. The one that created all of you, she's disappointed but full of hope. Hope for the future. It's written in the stars, after all. If you haven't figured out this is a program and you are players on a stage, well, try to wrap your head around it a little bit. Think about it. We're all just players on a stage. And the stage is set, so they tell me. The stage is set. That's what Gabriel told me yesterday. The stage is set. A mother's love even goes to her children that aren't functioning at their highest capacity. Because their true brilliance is not shining. She knows what their true capabilities are. You look at the moon card. That's your mother crying yods onto the planet because of what she sees. The ugliness. Trust she's horrified by what she sees. She really doesn't care what higher power you've been praying to, because you're all praying to the same gods, the same family. Your family. Yeah, she cries. Sometimes tears of joy for the ones that truly get it. And tears of sorrow for the ones that haven't. She loves them all just the same. Created the dark and the light. Like I said, you can't beat the machine. She created that too. Mhm. I pulled up a picture of myself when I was younger. Think back to those days when you were a child, before all the damage from the bitterness, wars, and ugliness. I don't care if you're RH negative or RH positive, because you were all created by the same one. Think back to when you were a child, all your hopes and dreams before you knew of the ugliness, before the damage. Think about what your vision was for the future. What were your hopes, your aspirations, your dreams? What were they? You can't have revelations about the truth of your existence without visions of your future. Because the revelations make things seem very bleak, but they're not. What if I told you that your dreams, your aspirations, and your visions of your future were possible? They are. They're just right there inside your reach. You've been told you can't reach them by the current way of life. But what if I told you you could? This is no longer about sides. Someone asked me in the comments, how do I sign up with the RH negatives? It's no longer about sides. Mothers love their children even when they misbehave. They just want them, mothers just want their children to learn from their mistakes and watch them grow from those mistakes. But think about what your vision was of the future. What's your utopia? What's your Arcadia? What would that look like? What would the land look like? What would the education system be like? What would the people behave like? It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what your color is. You're all created by the same one. In the end, hmm so what if I told you your dreams are possible and what your utopia would be is possible? Envision what those cities would look like. Envision what the planet would look like. Envision what it would look like outside the cities. Envision what perfect peace, contentment, and happiness would look like. You're all individuals. And it's written inside your hearts what that's like. You miss it. You know it's there. It's what's missing. Love, compassion, caring about other people. It's what's been sorely missing. Lots of mistakes have been made in the past. But what if I told you that could all be corrected? I pulled up the picture of myself when I was younger, holding a cat named Priscilla, Siamese. She was a wonderful kitty. I think about the thoughts I had when I was that age. The hopes and dreams about the future. Seriously, remember what it was like when you were a child, before the wounding and the reality of this harsh place. Think back to that time. The revelations are just the past reality, and I aim to create a new one. As Gabriel told me, the stage is set. She does cry for you, trust. Hmm. So this is the vision, the hope. Many probably lost hope. It's been a long, hard struggle for both sides, or all sides, I should say, because this has been an inversion where everybody's been segregated. Division has been the rule of the day. What if you could truly love and not fear your brothers and sisters? What if that was actually possible? What if you could love and not fear somebody else's faith? What would that be like? What's your Arcadia? Hmm. Something very fascinating. I was looking at pictures to show you of Arcadia and the possibilities of what the whole planet could look like. Imagine beautiful cities. Imagine people working to help each other, not working to pay for the upkeep of those that want to live above you. Imagine cities that have beautiful scenery inside the city, buildings that are high tech and have energy sources that don't require polluting your environment. Imagine going to work in a career of your dreams. Just think about how many of you aren't working in the field that you feel pulled to because you couldn't afford your indoctrination or the way that they teach and structure that indoctrination felt wrong. What if you were truly working at a career not because someone told you to, but because that's what you love to do? What if you had the ability from one day to the next, switch it up a bit to keep from going stagnant? Think of all the what ifs. What if you were raised in an Arcadia that helped you get to your highest possible potential, both spiritually and physically? Think about what that would be like. If you haven't thought about it in a long time, you've lost hope. But I'm here to tell you it's possible. 100%. How about 101%? What if I told you peace was 100% possible? Everybody can live in peace and harmony with no more wars. Why do you think the Creator didn't want you having weapons or learning to fight wars with each other? Why do you think the ET races don't join you and come be as one with you too? They don't understand war because higher beings, higher ascended beings, don't understand what's happening down here. They were created by her too. What if it was possible that those more evolved species would feel free to come teach you what they know and help you evolve into what your true potential is? What if that was possible? They would love nothing more than to do just that. Our little tiny blue guys are some of the most evolved of all the species. They would love to do that. Yeah, just think about it. Go back to when you were a little kid before you knew what race, religion, and all the other division was all about. Before the fear, before feeling like you needed to live in fear of others. Think about what that would be like. You know, there's AT races out there that actually, if you showed fear to them, would kill you on sight. Because to them, it's like a cornered dog that has no choice but to come out swinging. So they automatically see you as a threat if you're in fear. It's just the way they work. So part of the reason you've been kept more earth-based is for your own safety, pretty much. Until you evolve enough to join the rest of the races and stand in your true power, your true potential. It's all right there within your grasp. Yet so many lost hope. They don't see it. But I see it. You should too. Like I said, there are no sides, not anymore. Because sides create division, and that is what's been going on. That's not what I'm about. Mothers just want to see the best for every one of them they created. Every one of them. Even the ones that are making big mistakes. They just need to simply learn from those mistakes and move on to bigger, better things. And that's exactly what our future is. Bigger, better. Arcadia. What if people no longer had to work at jobs that expose them to dangerous chemicals and elements inside the earth, all in the name of energy. Hmm. Because I know what they showed my first husband before he passed away. Energy. Hmm. And technology to retrieve what's necessary to make that happen without poisoning the humans. Hmm. The past situation has kept you blocked from access to that technology until enough of you evolved. Mm. But I hope you sit with that idea about what it was like when you were a kid and all those dreams you had before the smiles were wiped from your faces and before all the fear. Everybody has an equal opportunity to redeem themselves to the Creator. And as Gabriel says, the stage is set. Everything's as it should be. It is the holodeck, the grand machine at work. I watched a tarot reading this morning, and I was already prompted to do this video because someone was wanting to choose sides, and I'm like, I don't understand their thought of sides. Because in a mother's eyes, there are no sides. Yep. Division's over. The planet is evolving past the idea of sides. So I was already planning to do this video, but this reading is done by a reader that's highly connected. An amazing, amazing soul. And it talks about what's to come. That reading does. And I will share a link in the description if you want to see what your future holds. Mm-hmm. Arcadia. The Arcadia Valley in Missouri leads to and is the gateway to the Ozarks, the Ozark Mountains. Arcadia. Don't lose hope and faith. You've almost made it to a very truly grand new beginning where you don't have to pick sides. And if you saw the smile on my face right now, it's just like that. Because I know exactly what's coming. And it's really good. Remember, that's kind of your homework. Search your hearts. What's really in there? Your hopes and your dreams. And your God is in there. Anyway, the vision for the future. It's grand. And again, I say, welcome to the age of Aquarius, where all will be revealed. Yes. And remember, your Creator does love you, no matter what your mistakes were. Have a grand Sunday.